what I always tell people with the way that I'm changing my game, like how many super athletic point guards have you seen that won a championship?
A $20 million mansion lit by LED walls, a gaming empire hidden behind blackout glass, and an NBA star who plays life at one speed lightning fast. But here's the twist. One feature inside this $20 million home costs less than a pair of sneakers, and it completely changed the way he trains. I'll show you which one. On the court, he's chaos in motion, unpredictable, untouchable, unstoppable. Off the court, he's calm and controls a perfectionist, architecting every move like a chess grandmaster. But behind the flashing lights and fast breaks lies something deeper. A man designing his entire world like a video game. One move, one upgrade, one win at a time. Every click, every shot, every possession. It's not just motion, it's mastery. He's not just living fast. What does luxury look like when it's built by one of the fastest men in basketball? Before we step inside, clock this. One feature will surprise you. One night in Kentucky changed everything. And one car isn't about speed at all. It's a focus trick. Before the bright lights of Sacramento, before the roaring crowds and million-dollar mansions, there was a driveway in Katy, Texas. And in that driveway, a kid named De'Aaron Fox dreamed not of fame, but of speed. Born in New Orleans and raised in Texas, De'Aaron grew up in a home built on 3 words: discipline, faith, and education. His father, Aaron, a man of military precision, believed that effort was the only currency that mattered. His mother, Lorraine, was the heartbeat of the family, encouraging, steady, relentless in her belief that greatness starts at home. They didn't raise a celebrity. They raised a student of the game, of life, and of character. De'Aaron's world was simple: school, practice, home, repeat. While other kids scrolled through highlights, he was creating his own long before anyone hit record. He'd wake before dawn, dribble until his arms shook, and shoot until the janitor unlocked the doors. Before he could afford courtside seats, he was sweeping them after practice. Every miss, every drop of sweat a lesson. He wasn't chasing fame. He was studying the craft. He admired Rose's explosiveness, Westbrook's intensity, and Kobe's focus. But his secret weapon wasn't his speed. It was his patience. Even as a kid, he never rushed the process. He learned early that talent gets you noticed, and discipline keeps you remembered. That discipline became ritual. Every morning, 3 goals. Every night, a reflection. His speed earned him a nickname that stuck forever: Swipa. Not a name given by fans, but by defenders who blinked and realized the ball was gone. To him, Swipa wasn't about stealing the ball. It was about stealing moments, seizing opportunities before they disappeared. He wasn't the loudest. He wasn't the flashiest. He just showed up every single day, even when nobody was watching. His parents didn't promise him fame. They promised him something better: structure, a foundation built not on luxury, but legacy. If you had parents like that, would you rest or run faster? Comment below. He always believed one truth: greatness isn't something you find. It's something you build one dribble at a time. While others chased the spotlight, De'Aaron chased the horizon. He wasn't running from pressure. He was running toward purpose. And that hunger would soon take him from Texas blacktops to the biggest stages in basketball. He thought he was fast until one night in Kentucky proved what real speed meant. One game made it obvious: a coast-to-coast burst that turned seconds into space. That was the night speed became strategy. This is the chapter that turned talent into time control. The story of De'Aaron Fox's rise didn't begin under bright lights. It began under pressure. Pressure that asked one question: can speed evolve into greatness? When he stepped onto the court for the University of Kentucky, the noise was deafening, not just from the crowd, but from the expectations. Every dribble echoed the future. Every step hinted at destiny. Fox wasn't just playing college basketball. He was auditioning for the NBA stage. At Kentucky, his speed wasn't just physical, it was mental. He reacted faster, thought sharper, learned quicker, He studied film like an engineer reading blueprints, finding rhythm inside chaos. 2017, everything changed. The Sacramento Kings called his name. A young team searching for identity. A city starving for hope. Most rookies chase highlights. Fox chased responsibility. He didn't want to be on the show. He wanted to be the system. Those early years, brutal. Missed shots. Tough losses. Endless criticism. But beneath the scoreboard, something else was happening. De'Aaron was becoming the heartbeat of the rebuild. He arrived before dawn, stayed long after practice. While others chased the spotlight, he chased silence, the kind where greatness learns to breathe. Every season, his stats climbed. Points, assists, leadership, but what mattered most wasn't measurable. It was trust. He wasn't just fast anymore. He was precise. The same speed that once blurred defenses now carved them apart. Pace control, film study, calm under chaos. These weren't just habits, they were the blueprint of a closer. By 2023, that transformation was complete. The NBA created a new award, Clutch Player of the Year, and there was only one name that fit, De'Aaron Fox. He didn't just win it, he defined it. Fourth quarters became his canvas. Tight games, his theater. And when pressure rose, Fox slowed time. But behind every highlight was a habit discipline disguised as peace. He read on mindfulness, practiced meditation, talking to mentors not about stats, but about growth. Greatness, for Fox, was never the goal. Sustainability was. His $163 million contract wasn't just validation, it was investment. The Kings bet on belief, and Fox proved belief can score. 2023 marked Redemption Sacramento reborn, finally standing toe-to-toe with giants. And at the center of it all was Fox. Calm, smiling, unstoppable. When the camera zoomed in on his face during those final moments, he wasn't thinking about legacy. He was thinking about the driveway in Katy, Texas, where it all began. But while the world watched his game evolve, he was quietly building something no stat sheet could measure, a digital empire. From virtual arenas to esports ventures, Fox was no longer confined by the court. He was redefining what it means to be a player in the digital age. In a world where athletes are brands and creativity is currency, De'Aaron Fox became both artist and architect. Every milestone, every all-star nod, every playoff run, every late-game dagger was just another level unlocked. He started as the fastest man on the court. Now, he's becoming the smartest man in the room. And as his empire expands beyond basketball, one question remains. If De'Aaron Fox can control time on the court, what happens when he starts controlling the future? From the outside, it looks like a sci-fi mirage. All glass, chrome, and control. But step inside, and you realize, this isn't a home. It's a system. Welcome to De'Aaron Fox's California Palace, where speed meets stillness, and design meets discipline. Every line, every reflection, every hum in this space serves one purpose: evolution. Fox calls it his smart luxury lab, and it runs on 5 key upgrades that define his empire. The first upgrade is invisible until you see it work. His walls breathe glass that darkens with every degree of sunlight. It's his way of staying one step ahead of the world. No curtains, no switches, just control. For Fox, privacy isn't about hiding. It's about programming when the world gets access. Here, lighting isn't decoration, it's direction. Training mode glows white and gold focus and energy. Gaming mode shifts to deep violet intensity and rhythm. Rest mode, a soft fade to blue. Each hue syncs to his day, his mood, his mindset. The mansion literally adjusts to his heartbeat. Outside his den lies the most advanced private court in the league, a holographic floor that tracks every move in real time. Each dribble paints data. Each jump maps momentum. He didn't build it to impress. He built it to improve. Every sprint gets analyzed. Every shot recorded. For Fox, luxury isn't comfort, it's calibration. This is where Swipa takes over Fox's alter ego. Hours of late-night matches, esports streams, strategy breakdowns. The walls pulse with his playlists. NFT art morphs with the beat. He doesn't just collect digital art, he codes emotion into space. It's the perfect collision of athlete and architect. Remember that line from the intro? The feature that costs less than a pair of sneakers? Here it is. A pressure-sensitive floor grid, under $200, connected to an AI that tracks his footwork during recovery. Cheap, simple, transformative, because innovation isn't always about price. It's about precision. Every element in this house balances tech and tranquility. His cars, the matte black Huracan for thrill, the silent Tesla for focus, the Trackhawk for power, all mirror a different part of him. And the Tesla, not for speed, for silence. It's his rolling reset button. His closet chrome hearts hoodies beside Tom Ford's suits speaks the same language. Control, not chaos. He once said, "My luxury isn't loud, it's laser focused." That's the philosophy that runs through every wall and wire. Every feature isn't there to impress. It's there to perform. The architecture fuels his focus. The light trains his calm. The systems sync with his rhythm. And yet, even surrounded by LEDs and engines, his greatest balance isn't mechanical, it's emotional. If you could keep one forever, the court, the gaming den, or that balcony view, what's your pick? When the cameras fade and the crowd noise disappears, what remains is rhythm calm, consistent, and deeply intentional. For De'Aaron Fox, that rhythm begins at home, with his wife, Recee Caldwell, the woman who matches his energy on every level. Recee isn't just a partner. She's a former college basketball star. She knows the grind, the discipline, the emotional cost of greatness. Together, they've built something that most athletes only dream of, a love that feels like teamwork. Fox often says his calm demeanor off the court comes from Reese's quiet balance to his relentless drive. When you spend your career moving at lightning speed, you need someone who knows how to slow time down. Their mornings start not with alarms, but with intention. Meditation, gratitude, and quiet 3 rituals that remind Fox who he is beyond the jersey. He calls these small moments his daily resets. The kind of peace you can't buy, even with millions. In the evenings, the two switch gears. The athlete becomes the gamer. The competitor becomes the strategist. Gaming isn't just a pastime, it's a bridge between his world of competition and his love for focus. Here, they're equals again. Teammates. Just in a different kind of arena. For Fox, these digital battles mirror real-life strategy, patience, rhythm. Except, this time, no one's keeping score but them. If you lived at his pace, what would you use to slow down? Beyond the laughter and the lights, Fox's private world is filled with reflection. He's a thinker who reads, writes, and questions what success really means. He once said in an interview, "Basketball is what I do, but understanding who I am, that's the real work." Their shared passion for fitness runs deep, but it's not about aesthetics, it's about alignment, discipline in the body, clarity in the mind. That's the beauty of his world balance. Whether he's lifting, meditating, gaming, or cooking with Recee, it's all about performance through peace. For every dollar he spends on fashion, he spends 2 on performance tech. Because speed isn't just about movement, it's about mastery. Fox's friendships are just as intentional. He surrounds himself with players who share his mindset, hungry, humble, grounded. Ja Morant once joked that De'Aaron could outrun the Wi-Fi signal. But what stands out most isn't his speed, it's his serenity. He's the rare player who doesn't need chaos to create magic. His game might be explosive, but his life is built on stillness. Every image in his home tells a story of gratitude, growth, and grounding. While the world sees the millionaire athlete, Recee sees the man who still calls his mom before every big game. Family remains his compass. His parents, Aaron and Lorraine, instilled the same values that now define his private life: faith, humility, focus. Even with success, Fox never forgets the foundation. It's what keeps him human in a world that rewards perfection. His off-court peace fuels his on-court fire. That's the paradox of De'Aaron Fox, the calm that creates chaos for defenders. "When the lights go out," he once said, "the player becomes the person, and that's where you find your real strength." To most, his lifestyle looks like luxury, but to him, it's about longevity. Because the real flex isn't the mansion, the cars, or the fame. It's peace shared, nurtured, and protected. But beyond luxury and loyalty, Fox's real mission is legacy. Legacy, for Fox, isn't measured in trophies. It's measured in people. When most players talk about legacy, they mean titles and accolades. For De'Aaron Fox, legacy has always been about impact, the kind that outlives applause. This is where his heart is, back where it all began. Not in the arena lights or endorsement deals, but in the neighborhoods that still dream. He funds scholarships for underprivileged students in Texas, over 200 kids since 2019, creating doors that once didn't exist. For every kid who felt unseen, Fox built a window of opportunity. He doesn't show up as an athlete. He shows up as a mirror reflecting what's possible when discipline meets belief. "Talent gets you noticed," he once said, "but purpose gets you remembered." Through his foundation, he's turned fame into fuel. From youth programs to mentorship workshops, Fox's mission is simply make success contagious. Because representation isn't just who makes the league, it's who builds the next one. It's in these softer moments that his character shines brightest. No cameras, no headlines, just presence, patience, and care. But Fox's vision goes far beyond basketball. In the digital era, he's become a voice for smart growth, advocating for mental health, esports inclusion, and creative independence. He believes gaming can be more than entertainment. It can be education, therapy, and community. His esports philanthropy funds programs that make gaming accessible for all, especially in underserved communities. It's not about reaction time. It's about representation. Because when he's not mentoring, Fox is investing. His portfolio mirrors his forward-thinking and purpose-driven mindset. From sports analytics firms to gaming platforms and AI-driven wellness startups, he's quietly building the next generation of innovation. He once told Forbes, "The future isn't just about faster players, it's about smarter ones." Each investment isn't about profit, it's about perspective. Technology, data, and sports aren't separate worlds anymore. For Fox, they're one ecosystem powered by purpose. Whether he's in the gym or the boardroom, his rhythm never changes hustle, humility, and humanity. He tells them stories not of his stats, but of his setbacks. Because failure, he says, taught him more than fame ever could. You don't have to change the world overnight. Just change your world, and the rest will follow. Moments like these define him, not the highlight reels, but the hearts he inspires. Together, they've turned compassion into currency investing in their minds as much as in markets. Fox's story is no longer just about basketball. It's about balancing how to chase greatness and still give back. Every chapter of his journey points to one truth. Real success isn't measured in numbers, but in the number of lives you elevate. And that's exactly what he's done, turning his speed into service, his wins into wisdom. He's not just scoring points, he's scoring purpose. For De'Aaron Fox, the game was never just about victory. It was about vision, a vision that stretches from hardwood to humanity. Every empire begins somewhere. For De'Aaron Fox, it started on a cracked driveway in Katy, Texas. A boy with a basketball, a dream, and the kind of speed that couldn't be contained. Now, that same velocity has carved out a life that moves faster than fame itself. Inside these walls, luxury doesn't scream, it hums. LED reflections dance on glass surfaces. A Lamborghini cools in the driveway. His gaming rig glows like a spaceship preparing for launch. But behind the architecture and acclaim, Fox's story isn't about what he owns. It's about what he's built. He didn't just buy into luxury. He designed it piece by piece, game by game. His home isn't a symbol of excess. It's a blueprint of evolution. Every gadget, every corner, every glowing panel reflects who he is. A player obsessed not with perfection, but with progress. From Texas driveways to California palaces, De'Aaron Fox proved one truth: speed means nothing without direction. He learned that momentum is only power when you know how to steer it. That greatness isn't about reaction time, it's about reflection. Because while the world watched his highlight reels, Fox was designing a life beyond them. He's not chasing records anymore. He's building reality. He didn't just chase luxury, he engineered it. Didn't just earn wealth, he redefined what to do with it. Didn't just play the game, he changed how the next generation will play life. Every decision he's made, every contract, every cause, every collaboration fits together like lines of code, turning ambition into architecture. He's living proof that control isn't about slowing down. It's about knowing when to accelerate. He's evolved from Swipa the Fox to architect of his own empire. And now, as he looks toward the future, one question echoes louder than any crowd. Is De'Aaron Fox the future of the NBA or the prototype for the next generation of athlete entrepreneurs? Because when legacy meets innovation, you don't just play the game, you build the system. And as the screen fades to black, one message remains. If stories like this move you, hit subscribe and join Black Empire Files, where we explore the empires shaping Black excellence, one story at a time. Before you go, if you could upgrade one thing, mind, space, or speed, what's first? Drop it below. I'm reading every comment.